How's it going, guys? It's Hunter here, back at you with another video. Just wanted to pop in here and shoot a quick video about that Pippin and Dippin does take losses. But in the meantime, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime we drop a video. Like I said, description down below has our academy, has some other resources that you can check out. So don't miss out on that. But we'll get right in the meat and potatoes. And yeah, I'm about to show you some losses that we took today. And yeah, how we learn from it, right? Losses are not a bad thing. It's something that you can, go back and analyze and see what you did right, see what you did wrong, and things like that. Sometimes the market's ruthless, man. And the thing of it is you have to become a really, really good money manager. And that's the process here. Guys, did these losses hurt me? No. The reason why is because I've managed my risk properly. I've been on such a great win streak that these losses are just nothing, really. And I'm about to show you, and these are a little aggravating losses just due to the fact of the trades end up going in my favor. And, just the way the market was being today, just kind of, I'm taking you money. We ain't giving you no free lunches today. So I'm going to share my screen and show you the two trades that I took. Okay. So as you can see, I'm going to go to USD CAD. Okay. You're seeing that I had some markings here, right? But I want you to go to the 1 hour time frame with me. And I want you to see, I'm going to break down both of them. Okay. I took on USD CAD and, SPX. Okay. So you can see, I'll go to the daily time frame, guys. You can see how right here, we had those relative equal highs, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So when we pulled up, smacked it, and then we pulled back in. Okay. Now I'm looking at other areas of value that I could potentially go back to and take. This one alone right here, this equal low right there. I was looking at that, come back and fill this imbalance and things like that too as well. So if we were bearish, then I'm also looking at other, like I'm saying, I'm looking at other areas of value, liquidity, where potentially this market could head, right? So as I seen the market was dropping, we dropped back in, and you can see that I was like, okay, we're chasing after something. We're chasing after liquidity, right? And also you can see there's a lot of imbalance that we could go back and fill in the daily time frame. So I was looking for a bearish setup, okay? And then I'm on the hour time frame. I really got to go to the 4 hour time frame. You can see it better on the 1 hour time frame how the previous day after from yesterday, we left a little bit of an imbalance here, which we did feel it. And then you can see that we kind of went into accumulation phase and created what? We created equal highs, okay, from the previous day, right? You can see how we pulled up above that, took that out, and then created the pattern that I was looking for. And you can also see, guys, that we had this little bullish candle before a massive move down that day. So also, not only did we have that, we had somewhat of an order block right here, okay? And you can see how we tapped into it, right? And we had, we were pretty close to the 29.50 area, okay? I love institutional levels as well. And you can see that there was a 1.2920. We're at a 1.2920 area right here, okay? So which was pretty good, okay? But the fact of it is once you go to the lower time frame, what do we have here? We had a 1 hour sharp fin, okay? What else do we have? We had what? Hidden divergence, right? Hidden divergence on the trade, okay? So I seen that, and I was like, okay, we're still bearish. I want to go after these equal lows, and also it created liquidity below. It stop hunted to the high, took out liquidity from yesterday, took out yesterday's high, and I wanted to pull back in. I was like, cool, let's do this, right? We did have news today. We had some Euro news. And you can see that soon as we get into New York, I'm like, okay, I'm loving the price action. I've seen that this candle on the 15-minute was more on the 5. I've seen that this candle had printed. We played around a little bit. As soon as we gave my entry count, I was like, okay, cool, boom. Well, I'm in there. All right. So I entered the market right there. got my discounteds. Everything was going smooth. Stop loss was really tight. Everything was going smooth. Trade was smoking in my favor. And guys, where did I have my take profit? Right there. I mean, yeah, my take profit right there, below the low. So you're looking at, you're looking at a really small stop loss. Let's just do this. Okay, I'll put my risk reward on. Okay. So my stop loss is there, a 10 pip stop loss, take that off. And I was looking for a really big, because I figured that we are going to target it. So 6-to-1 trade, right? So I was in profit, and me, I'm always wanting to take partials and stuff like that, but I did not take partials. And that was on my bad, right? Guys, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was a error on my part. So when I seen the trade break down and then pull back, okay, so let's go to the woman. Let me delete this real quick. So when it broke down and pulled back on me, it's like even better because I'm like, there might be something that we could be going back to this trade, right? So let's look at it. You've seen here after it broke down, okay, when it broke down, it pulled back into the order block that it left. And then as soon as we gave the initial push back down, I was like, man, this is game over. This is it, right? And then, as you can see, what happened? It comes all the way back up and smokes the high, okay? When it smokes the high, guys, again, right there, I get back in. I get back in on the 1 minute time frame. It's like, man, this is definitely a banger trade about to happen, right? So when it smacked the high, I seen this. I was like, cool. I'll just wait for the second leg on the 1 minute, and then I'll get in. So once it hits the order block, it didn't make it. It didn't come all the way hit the high. So I was like, okay, cool. So it's respecting this last bullish candle, and we left the imbalance in here. So once it broke down, and here, I could draw it out for you guys. Okay, you got to think about when price was here. When price was here, when it was breaking down, it pulled back. I was either waiting for it to break the high, come back in, or if fill this imbalance, stay in there, give me the bearish candle, and also I had an order block here. So it respected the order block, broke down, and I got in again. Okay, started breaking down, going to my favor, and you know what I was still chasing. Okay, now by that time, guys, I'm already in law. I've already lost. Okay, once, and I've already lost my other. No, I'm sorry. I've already lost once on this, and I'm back in, and now I'm in another trade I'm going to show you as well. Okay, so after that, I did get out of one entry to save equity on one account, but I didn't get to on the other one. Just stopped me out. And you can see where I have my stop loss. Boom. You can see that it pulled back, smacked the high one more time, and created. By that time, guys, I was already, all right, I've done lost enough today. But you can see that it hit the high one more time, created the M pattern like we like, gave me the entry. I could have set the stop loss and ended up getting pretty much all of my profit back, right? I could have, and the trade's melting as we see, right? It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. You know what I mean? Not every day you're going to have flawless trades like the previous ones that we've showed, okay? And that's the beauty about trading the perfect trade setup, because that's how you're going to collect data so you can, continue on. You're journaling these trades, you're journaling, you're figuring out what price is doing at certain times, you're getting your setup, and you're taking the trade. Guys, you'll be in more of a loss if you do not take your setup, because those setups that you don't take, that you're fearful of getting in, are the ones that falsely go your favor. And then what? You get into the next day, you end up taking something like this, and you don't have nothing to cover it. It ends up being a loss, and it gets your confidence down. Am I right? I know I'm 100% right. So don't take this as an L. Just take this as a learning curve, right? And that's what I did. I went, worked out, came back. Man, look at this. Look at this. I was right about it. You know what I'm saying? I was right about the trade going my favor, right? So I'm not necessarily beating myself up over a loss. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to help you guys with the losses, right? And we all battle with losses. Everybody. Nobody's a 100% trader. but you can see that the trade ended up flawlessly going in favor. So that was the beauty of it. It was just very manipulative in here. You can see that it just didn't want to give nobody a free lunch today. It's, there's also people selling right here in London, got smacked, got smacked, got smacked, got smacked, and then it flawlessly went the favor that we would want, right? I would still be, if I ended up getting back in, I would already taken some partials and waiting for it to hit my TP. Okay. And then also I took SPX for a buy. As you can see, I'm going to show you in the lower time frame. Okay. You can see that I've got the box drawn. I was saying to myself, I was like, okay, I do got relative equal lows there from yesterday. Okay. It does have an order block here. That's something that we did come back into it, filled this imbalance left, and then we created what? Accumulation. So we got a high and low one. I seen that. Okay. But my direction was bullish. Okay. Because I still am chasing after some stuff on the daily time frame. I can see it. Right. And we got some imbalances here. We got liquidity up here. We just broken highs. I'm like, okay, I'm still bullish. Right. So I seen that. Seen it on the 1 hour time frame. We pull back into that. And I'm like, okay, I'm only going to take a trade if we break out to the low side and we take out liquidity from Asian, London, and possibly that low here. And I seen that and I was like, okay, let's get into the trade. So once I was on the 5 minute, we cracked the high. Okay. And usually that's what they do. They'll stop at high, stop at low, and then run the real move. Okay. So once I seen that, I didn't want to take the sell because I wasn't, if it was already fixing to go, it was already fixing to go, right? Because at the time I'm like, okay, maybe that stop hunt, taking this little low out was the trade. And I just missed it. I'm fine with that. Okay. So when I seen it pull back into the range and take out London and Asian, I was like, game over. This is snap into this trade. Okay. So the 1 minute, I snapped into the 1 minute, as you can tell. I waited for the stop up. Boom. Okay. I waited for the stop up. Boom. I waited for the candle to smack up, and then it did not give a second leg, which is fine. It's fine that it didn't give a second leg, but it did leave an imbalance on this candle. And when it went up, it broke the previous structure, pulled back in, and got here. I got my entry. Okay, closed above 13. I got my entry here. That was a flawless profit, right? I was in really good profit. I was heading for what? A high. And then when I come back, I was getting some orange juice. I can't remember what I was doing, but I was aiming for the high, comes back up and smacks me, right? Gives another stop on and then falls. It goes the favor, right? That's okay. It's okay. I understood why it did that. Okay. Now I come back to the charts and I really start to really learn from my mistakes. Should I have waited until it fully pulled into this order block, right? And it's a double-edged sword, guys. What if this trade would have been a really massive play out? And then I'd be like, oh, man, I missed the trade, right? The thing of it is, guys, is on this trade, if it did flawlessly go in my favor, which it did at that certain time, I should have been better at managing the trade, like I teach you guys. Guys, I'm not perfect, right? So look how the trade, if my entry was here, look how the trade pulled back in, right? Left things where if it got above my entry, then it should have never came back, right? It left some imbalances, so it should have just came back. And actually, when I seen this candle move, it's like, man, this trade's gone, right? What I should have done is I should have broke even, guys. Should have broke even, and I should have, made it where it was risk-free. And if it would have came back, it'd been no harm, no foul, right? But I didn't do that. Okay, so that's the name of the game, and that's where I feel not necessarily the trade setup, necessarily being a better money manager, right? That's where I feel, right? And that's the thing about it. It's like now I've accumulated all of this data for the week, guys, and now tomorrow, usually I do it either on Friday with the students, or I do it on Saturday by myself, where I just go back and review the market, what I could do, what can I do better for the next week. Right. And that's the thing about this, guys, is you have to become, like I always say, you're up against the Michael Jordans and LeBrons of the market, right? These guys have, and you guys got to know that this thing is designed and ran off an algorithm, right? This is not a human doing this. So you got to think about how they really went in depth to accumulate this, to make this thing operate like it does, and you got to try to beat it, right? And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, is now you know. Now I know what went wrong. It's not necessarily that I got stopped out. I did get stopped out, but I just failed at managing the trade problem, right? And I'm showing you guys this. I'll even show. I'm definitely up. I'm on an FTMO account. I'm definitely up in the account, but you can see I'm up 2.5 or almost 2.5%. It was almost 5% up in the account. Lost 2.5% today, and you can see the losses down here. Okay, you can see that I lost, US 500 and USD cap, and the canceling trades for one of them hit my stop loss. But you can see the losses, right? They're very minimal on a big account like this. They're very small. You can see that I'm risking 1% per trade. So it's no sweat off on back, guys. This is going to be easy to get back. I just started this FTMO, so it's going to be nothing. Will be flawlessly nothing, because you know why? Because tomorrow I'm going to come to the market just like I did every day. I'm going to execute. I'm going to execute my plan, because I know my plan works, right? Even though that we had a bad day, I know that my plan works. I know it continues to work, right? So with that, guys, I just wanted to show you those losses. And just if you're going through something like this right now, and you're experiencing some losses in your trading, do not let this beat you up, guys. This is a part of the game. You have to understand this is probability. You have to understand. Once you understand that, you will do better in this game. You will do better in this industry. I promise you that, right? This is a big development. Like, you got to think about this, guys. You have to understand, from the time you were born, from the time you went out on your own, you have to understand that you were programmed through things, and these things are showing up in this market, right? And you're so attached to money because maybe you have heard from it in the past. We don't have enough, or this, that. Oh man, I can't buy this, and you're attached to money. When you get it, you want to hold on to it, right? Just like when you get profit and you see blue, it's almost like you want to take it out, right? You want to take the profit, but you have no problem letting that loss run, right? You have no problem with it, because you don't want to lose the trade, right? The blue scares you more than red, right? And when you get into a trade like this, and you see that it's going your favor, you have to let it materialize. You can't be letting, taking early, taking too much partials and things like that. You have to let the trade materialize so you can let this probability play out in the long term. So when you get to the end of the month, end of the week, bi-weekly, you can withdraw money and put it in your pocket, right? All this comes together. All this comes together. So you have to manage. You have to manage yourself. This comes with it. You have to understand, before you become a professional, you have to control yourself. You have to control your emotions. You have to get your emotions in check so you can be the perfect money manager. Then so at the end of the week and the month, you can withdraw, right? So with that, guys, keep pipping and dipping. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, guys. A lot of our people are watching our videos. They're not subscribed. Guys, you subscribing gets this out to more people, because Joe and I know that we're delivering value. A lot of things that we struggle with, you guys are struggling with, help you get over that hill, right? So with that, guys, keep pipping and dipping. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.